This is one of the most fun moments of this conference for us at Purpose Built, because we're going to take a minute to share just a few of the accomplishments of our network members around the country. Rhonda Fisher will stand up then from the Eastlake Foundation. Woohoo! So you all saw the great video yesterday of Drew Charter School's first high school graduating class, completing the Cradle Through College pipeline in Eastlake. 82 young people graduated, 100% graduation rate, with every single one of those young people accepted to college or career enrollment after that. And we are thrilled about that. As you can see from the video, it was a big day and a big emotional event in our community. So Rhonda, thank you for representing. We are proud to announce we have a new network member in Atlanta, the Grove Park Foundation. Woohoo! I saw Deborah Edelson in the back. Deborah, will you stand up and let everybody see you? They are our newest network member. Deborah and her team really have established some best-in-class partners. They're off to a great start with capital funding commitments from the Atlanta Public Schools and a partnership with KIPP and the YMCA to build a new K-8 school and a YMCA campus. One of the things that's interesting about this model is that KIPP will be running a non-charter school. This is an Atlanta public school that will be operated by a charter company in a non-charter environment. So kind of maybe some of the best of both worlds there. So we're very excited to have Deborah and her team as our newest network member. In Woodlawn, our folks from Birmingham, Alabama, led by Sally Mackin. Many of you were at our conference last year in Birmingham and had a chance to see the amazing work that Sally has led in the Woodlawn neighborhood. A really great project with a really strong team. Had some great accomplishments this past year. The James Rushton Early Learning Center opened in April of 2017. The Early Learning Center will serve 100 little geniuses from birth through 4 years of age. And this is cool, they've adopted a neighborhood serving policy to make sure that kids who live in the neighborhood are in fact the ones who are going to get the first access to this great resource. Their mixed income housing strategy moves along, including a homeownership rehab program. Sally, how many houses have you guys done now? 83 rehabs of existing single-family homes to support people who are living in the neighborhood today. That's terrific. Thank you very much and congratulations. I was in Charlotte this past weekend and had a chance to stop by the Renaissance West Community Initiative site on West Boulevard in Charlotte, and it is amazing. Where's Mac McDonald? Is he in the room right now? He will be. Mac is the new executive director of the Renaissance West Community Initiative, and they've just opened a new K-5 school that will grow into a K-8 school. Our colleagues at Purpose Built Schools have been supporting that work and training up the principal and their staff in a way to do a STEAM school, project-based learning school based on the model of Drew Charter School. And they're also have their first early learning center under construction now that will open later this year. So a really great year for Renaissance West. Congratulations. Columbus, Ohio, our friends at PACT, Partners Achieving Community Transformation, are in the midst of a multi-year, multi-phase housing development. They completed 87 new mixed-income apartments this year and have another 237 on the way. PACT also started a homeownership exterior repair program, completing 9 houses this year, and have another 20 in the pipeline for 2017. David Kofer, David, are you in the room? Right there. David is the new executive director of PACT. Stand up and wave again so everybody can see you. Excellent, excellent. PACT is one of those organizations that is really bringing people together across industries, across sectors. A great partnership launched by The Ohio State University, the city, and the Housing Authority to really transform a very blighted area in the Near East Side. Okay, my friends in Fort Worth. Where are you guys? All right, stand up. Fort Worth, Wayne Carson, Becky Maddle, Ann Stevenson are here. Renaissance Heights United. You will notice, by the way, there's a theme. A lot of people use Renaissance. in the name of their organization. But Renaissance Heights United, construction and lease-up has started for the first phase of 140 mixed-income apartment homes, and it's nearly complete. Columbia at Renaissance is adjacent to Uplift Mighty, currently serving more than 1,300 students in grades K through 12. Uplift Education did something different this year in order to make sure kids who live in this neighborhood will have first access to this great school. In fact, they changed their admissions policy for just this one school to tighten up the geographic preferences to make sure that kids who live in this neighborhood will have first access to a great school. Congratulations, a great year for you guys. Ann Whitlock is here from Connect Community in Houston. Now, you all know what Houston has been through over the last month or so with Hurricane Harvey coming through, and Ann has been a leader in across the city and in the neighborhood that she supports in making sure people had access to the very basic life necessities: food, water, a place to sleep. In fact, she and her husband invited a family that they had never met before to come live with them for over a week until they could get someplace that would be safe and be back in their own home. So Ann is amazing. We admire and we respect you. Thank you for everything that you do. In addition to leading the KIPP Connect, or the Connect community work, partners with KIPP schools. I want to share that the KIPP Connect school is now ranked among the top 10% of schools in Texas. Very cool. Congratulations, Ann. Indianapolis, are our friends from Indianapolis here? Roderick Reed, somewhere back there. Thank you, Roderick. This year, the Avondale Meadows team made a promise come true. They opened a new grocery store and a shopping center in their neighborhood with financing provided in part by the Low Income Investment Fund. We are really excited about that and glad that you've been able to fulfill that promise to the community of bringing high quality groceries into the neighborhood. Congratulations, Roderick. Kansas City, Missouri. Is Diane Cleaver in the room? There she is, over there. Stand up, wave a little bit more, thank you. So Diane is a rock star of a leader. After more than 2.5 years of negotiations, they've finally acquired acreage next to their school. So they're going to be able to start planning new mixed income housing in the community, and we are delighted and thrilled about that. The new school is in their second year of operation, again with support from purpose-built schools, which you'll hear a little bit more about later today. Congratulations, Diane, and the team from Urban Neighborhood Initiative. So, you know, somebody once said that you're not a leader until somebody follows you. And the folks who followed Eastlake first are our friends at the Bayou District Foundation in New Orleans. Is Jerry Bruce in the room? There you are. Stand up, Jacob. There's Jerry. You guys wave so everybody can see you. These guys are amongst my heroes. They started their work right after Hurricane Katrina and have made extraordinary progress. This past year, they opened a new golf course in partnership with City Park and the state and the PGA Tour. It is a beautiful golf course in City Park, just a couple of blocks away from their 600-plus mixed income apartment home community. And the cool thing about this, as in Eastlake, revenue generated from this golf course will be used to support early learning and other programming in the neighborhood. So Golf with a Purpose continues on. Congratulations, Jerry and Jacob. And by the way, they're close to completing their financing and construction and beginning construction on a new K-8 school that will be right smack in the neighborhood. 75 North. Who absolutely loved the Highlander yesterday? So Othello and Sydney and Alexis have done an amazing job. They've had great leadership from their board, great support from their partners. I do see Rich Sorrentino back there, and I'm going to ask Rich to stand up and wave because he's the developer of the Highlander. So we saw yesterday that the first phase of mixed income apartment homes are nearly completed. That'll be 101 units. The reconstituted Howard Kennedy School has had a successful first year, and they've just started their second year, and they're off to a great start under the leadership of Tony Gunter, who was out with us yesterday, and with the support of Purpose-Built Schools. Lyft Orlando. Where are my friends from Lyft? All right, there's Eddie Moriton. When I think of Lyft and Eddie, I think of speed of the captain, speed of the crew. These guys get a lot of stuff done, and they get it done fast and with real excellence. The Pendana at Westlakes, which is the name of their new apartment complex, is under construction. The first 160 apartment homes are under construction and will begin to be occupied very soon, so congratulations on that. Kia Baker is here from Southeast Raleigh Promise, another rock star. The Southeast Raleigh initiative is moving ahead with demolition of some old and blighted property, and that will support new housing. They're working on a plan for a new K-8 school and a new YMCA. The site development will begin later this year. Congratulations, Kia. The South Rome Redevelopment Corporation in Rome, Georgia, tiny Rome, Georgia. Is Charles Looney in the room? There's Charles. Stand up and wave. Their second phase of mixed-income housing, an additional 84 apartment homes, will be completed by the end of the year. The South Rome Early Learning Center is now in its third year of operation, and all of the little geniuses served by that Early Learning Center are performing at above grade level. So well done. Congratulations. I know my friends from Spartanburg are here. Is Tammy Hoy in the room? There's Tammy, total rock star. Spartanburg is a little city that could. Never give them a challenge that you don't want them to meet, because they will find a way to move forward. One of their plans had been to daylight a creek that had always been called Nasty Branch Creek. And the kids in the neighborhood reimagined it as Butterfly Creek. And Butterfly Creek has now been daylighted and is becoming a beautiful linear park in the center of the north side. It's wonderful. And later this month, construction will begin on the Franklin School, an early learning center that'll serve 160 kids. So every little child in that neighborhood will be ready for kindergarten and beyond. Congratulations, Tammy and the team from Spartanburg. Tulsa. Our friends from Growing Together, Kirk Wester is here. Kirk, stand up and wave for everybody. Kirk has been creating partnerships across sectors, working with Habitat for Humanity, for example. Habitat in Tulsa has reimagined their business and are really thinking about different kinds of partnerships, including in the Kendall Whittier neighborhood. Habitat's commitment to resident quality of life and neighborhood vitality have prompted changes in design and construction. And so Habitat is spending more time, in this case, working on improving existing housing rather than building new housing. And it's been a great partner for Kirk and the Growing Together team. Congratulations. Amplify GR, Amplify Grand Rapids. Where are our friends from Grand Rapids? All right, there's John Ipple. So we're excited to welcome our first network member in the great state of Michigan. Amplify GR hit the ground running fully staffed with John, a community engagement director, and a program manager. They're deep into the community engagement piece of this work, which we know is so important and really shapes what you will spend the next 4 or 5 years doing. And we're so glad that you are a part of this, and welcome to the team. So this gives me a chance to really think about what you have all accomplished together so far. With regard to the Cradle Through College education pipeline, 16 network members have established at least a portion of their education pipeline. That means there are 53 schools now that are part of this work across the country, 12 early learning centers, and over 21,000 young people in the schools that are a part of that network. Congratulations. On the housing side, almost 2,400 new apartment homes have been constructed serving families across a really broad range of incomes. Over 5,000 residents are now living in those units, those apartment homes, and there's almost 900 under construction as we speak. So we're really in the business of creating great homes, great neighborhoods, great schools for people across a broad range of incomes to live. Community wellness. You know, the community wellness is, I think, in some ways, the most interesting piece. People will come up to me and say, what about workforce development, or what about transportation? And all workforce development and transportation are, of course, very important in this work, and they are embedded in the community wellness portion of our model. So all network members, every single one of our network members right now are in the process of executing plans that will improve the community's health and wellness writ large, not only with access to great medical care, but also with the kinds of things that will be designed to keep people healthy for their whole lives. Everything from walking trails and parks and rec to YMCAs, all these kinds of things that allow people to take better care of themselves and reach their full potential. So again, you guys are doing amazing work around the country. This slide represents just the Purpose-Built Communities Network members. I'd like to recognize all of you and give you a big hand for the incredibly difficult, game-changing work that you are doing around the country. Congratulations.